How's it, guys? Welcome back to FX Rhapsody. In this video, we're going to be looking at 5 different pairs in one video. So for the analysis for this week. So let's get stuck into it. Okay, guys, before we move on, go visit my website, fxrhapsody.co.za. If you scroll down, you get all your new videos that I post in my blog here. And all you can do is just click on the image and it will take you straight to the video of the previous day. You can see on the side pane here on some very cool features, some news feeds, economic calendar, your trading view platforms that you can click on and go into. Also your video categories. If you're getting started in trading, you just click on the video category over here and it will take you straight to the page of all the videos that you need to watch about trading, how to install MetaTrader, introducing trading, and so forth. And then also you get all your other, your strategies and analysis. And let's get trading. So all these videos are nicely dotted out for you. All you need to do is just click on the description. It will take you straight to the video. I've also got my brokers. If you click on the broker tab, you can see that my preferred brokers are over here. IFX, nice ABOOK broker. If you don't know what it is, just click on the tab. It will tell you exactly what a ABOOK broker is. These guys are brilliant. Minimum deposit of $10, 50% welcome bonus. You can deposit via Ozo, PayFast, School, Bitcoin, and more. They've got amazing spreads. Just click on the spreads and it'll tell you exactly what the spreads are. So click here to join the family, and then also the resource tab, which I explain in my videos every time. Just click on the resource tab and then you can get a candlestick cheat sheet and then also the commitment of traders. All you do is download it to your mobile phone, to your laptop, to your MacBook. Okay, so we're going to be looking at and starting off with the British pound US dollar. So if we look at, let's go to the monthly time frame. So on these high time frames, I've already done a little bit of analysis, just to make this video a little bit shorter. So basically you can see these 2 points of interest. So the bottom one will be your support, and there's a little bit of a resistance. There was a support and resistance on the monthly time frame. So currently price is bouncing in between those two areas. On a weekly time frame, what we can see is this trend going downwards, if you can see that. So basically price respecting this trend line, bouncing off it again for a couple of, this is now a couple of times that it's bounced off it. So it's a strong trend line bouncing from the top and the bottom. So yes, let's expect this to be a strong one. So let's see what price is going to be doing over on this side. If it's going to start moving, bounce to the bottom again, move up, and yeah, well, let's just keep an eye on that. On the daily time frame, let's just have a look here. So what do we see on the daily? So over here, we can see this strong area of, not strong area, but there's a previous area of support. Price came and it tapped that area. So let's pull our Fibonacci from this high to this low. So I'm just going to mark out this area over here, and you can see how this area also falls nicely on a previous area of, let's call it a little bit of a support. Let's just pull it to the side here. So you can see there was an area of support. Support broke through, retested that area, became resistance, and then moved to the downside. So what we obviously now expecting is, especially with this close of that candle, price to be moving up in that direction. Looking at the COT reports for the British pound, let's just go to the British pound, and then excuse me, you can see that excuse me guys, you can see that the net positions on the British pound has been increasing. It went from a negative from this dip here, and then you can see some more. There was a lot of shorts that was closed. There was this movement on this one and some longs that opened. So we had this move to the upside, and then this little area here where price is now at, we can see that this is the new week. Longs was opened and short were opened, but the net position grew. So price is still in that area. So what we can see now is price making this, maybe this move to the upside, but there might be some little bit of a dip even more, and then price coming down and up. So let's draw to the lower time frames and let's confirm that turn in the market over here, and let's see if there's going to be a bullish movement to the upside starting this week. Let's move on to our next pair, which will be our British pound Japanese yen. So monthly time frame. Let's go to the monthly time frame. So on the monthly time frame, we can see that again highlighted out this key area of resistance at the top. Price been bouncing up and down this area, like you could see. So coming down to the support area, bouncing up, pushing through that area like we've said before in our previous analysis, and then making his move to the downside. So let's see if price is going to carry on to the downside to come and tap this area at the bottom again, or even break that area. So it all depends on what the yen is going to be doing in the next couple of weeks and even months. Let's go to the weekly time frame. So on a weekly time frame, let's just expand this a little bit. So what I did was here, I took my Fibonacci and I took it from the low to the swing low to the swing high, and you can see price coming back to retest this area of the 62%. So we need price, or I would like to see price coming down slightly, tapping into this area, something like that, and then somewhere in that area before maybe moving to the upside. But also price can just as easily just break through that area. So once price comes into this area of the 62% to the 79% retracement area, you drill down to your lower time frames and you just go and have a look and wait for any traces of reversing in the market in those areas. Let's go to the daily time frame and see what that tells us. Okay, let's do this, and again we can just pull in that Fibonacci. Now this Fibonacci I'm going to pull in from this swing low over here to that swing high over there. So the swing low to the swing high, you can see price almost tapping that area of the 62%, and I'm just going to highlight this area here so you can see this was a nice key area of resistance before. So price resisting that area, coming out, resisting it again, and eventually breaking that area, coming back all the way to come and retest that area. So basically, again, like I said, we would like to see price dipping a little bit slower or lower into that area maybe, and then making its move to the upside. So that's definitely an area to keep out or keep an eye on for this coming week on the lower time frames. COT reports. Now we look at the Japanese yen and you can see the Japanese yen, like you see, it's been in a in a downwards movement with a lot of longs. The new report that came out, a lot of longs were closed, a lot of shorts were closed, but the net position stayed in this area, hence this little, but looks like it's going to make its move again. So this is an extreme low, guys, for the Japanese yen. So with any extreme lows, you need to start looking out for some type of a reversal in the market where they're going to be start looking at maybe putting a lot of longs against the Japanese yen, or even closing lots of shorts to maybe push that price up. Now looking at the Japanese yen or the British pound versus Japanese yen, what you want to see is if the Japanese yen gets stronger, this will be this movement to the downside. Sorry, I almost made my own error there. But again, let's look at this key area over here and let's see what happens in the market. Right, next currency pair we're going to look at is going to be the Euro USD dollar. Everything is so slow today, guys. I'm so sorry. So let's go to the monthly time frame. Let's start off there before we go to daily. Work our way from the top to the bottom. Now on a monthly time frame, what I did was I took my Fibonacci from this swing low, so you can see this swing low over here, all the way up to that swing high. You can see price coming back, wanting to come and retest, or it would be awesome if it comes and retest the 62% before looking at any buy opportunities in a longer time frame or the swing traders. But price resisting this area over here. So basically this was a key area. Now this is looking back at 2017 it started, or even further if you go drill down further or go back further in time. But this was definitely a key area in the market of a support, and eventually you can see it broke down, broke through, turned resistance, came up resisting that area again, broke through, supporting it, now again coming to support or coming to test that area again. So let's see what price will do. I mean, in this next couple of months, that will be obviously the first scenario, and then the other scenarios, price coming and breaking that area, retesting that area, and then moving to the upside on a longer trading opportunities for this pair. Now to the weekly time frame. Let's see what the weekly is telling us. So on the weekly time frame, what I did was over here, now I took my swing from the top here and then my swing at the bottom. So my Fibonacci from this high to this swing low. Then what we want to see is price obviously coming up and retesting this 62% area before, if that is going to be the possibility. If that is going to happen, this is what we're going to look out for. But we need price to break this consolidation area first. So let's see if price breaks to the downside, breaking closer to the downside, we will obviously look at different entries in the market for price to go down to the downside. But again, let's have a look. Maybe price pushes up, breaks the top, and then going to retest that area over there. So again, a couple of scenarios on a weekly time frame. So let's go to the daily and let's see what that tells us. Now let's expand this daily time frame. You can see it. So let's pull in, sorry, let me just do that. There we go. So let's pull in that Fibonacci from that swing high over here. Excuse me, guys. And I'm going to pull it to this swing low. Right, that's the lowest point on this swing. So let's pull in. I just wanted to show you something. Let's just minimize this a little bit, pull it across. Just want to pull this across a little bit more to make it a bit more visible. So what we see over here is we had this area of support, right? That's the support area. Obviously price coming and hunting the liquidity with this candle, like you could see over there. Again, price action, hunting liquidity. We always need to look out for that. That is what price action. If you're a price action trader, look for price hunting liquidity that's lying in the market. So you can see all this movement over here, orders being built up in the market, guys buying into the euro and then wanting to push the price up, and you can see this one candle, poof, pushing that liquidity. Now it might be time for price to head up to the upside. Whoops, that's the wrong side. To head up to the upside. Now obviously the first target is, like we've said, we know that price is in this consolidation area. So your first target will definitely be this area over here, which is liquidity that's lying there. You can also see this area being a nice area of, let's just pull it like that, and then hang on, there we go. So that area for me needs to break. All right, so that's the area that, let me just drill it down. There we go. So that area for me needs to break. If this area breaks and closes above it, if price hunts this liquidity and not just tap it, but also breaks above it and closes above it, our next target area will obviously be the 62% area over there. Because that 62% area, there is some liquidity lying right on that line. Okay. So that will be your second area to look. So basically what we want to see now is you can obviously go to your lower time frames now and look at what this candle does, or the next couple of candles. If there's signs of price going to the upside, trade that. I mean, this is price is currently still in this consolidation phase, but again, I mean, between the two zones over here, so let's say this next couple of days there's a bit of movement to the upside, and that's a 110 pip move to the upside. So look out for signs in this coming week or the beginning of the week for any signs of a bullish movement to the upside, and then trade it for price to go to the upside on that, hunting that liquidity that's lying on top there. So basically that is, let's just go have a look at the, before we go on to the next pair. So we're looking at the euro. So look, COT reports. So on the euro perspective, we can see that the price was in a movement to the downside the whole time. You can see over here as well, the very low, it was a low in the net positions on a negative 22,000, and you can see slowly but surely the net positions is getting a bit better in a sense. So basically what they're doing is they're opening more longs, closing more shorts. Over here, and the new report that came out, you can see 10,500 shorts were closed. Yes, you had some longs being closed, but I mean, that's normal for the beginning of the month. So basically, that is why we also could see there's a little bit of consolidation that happened here. So look out for the euro moving more to the upside this week. That will be definitely my bias coming up. Right, let's head on to the next pair. Will be your USD dollar Japanese yen, UJ. USD dollar Japanese yen. Then again, starting at the monthly quickly. Let's just have a quick dab at it. So quickly, monthly time frame, you can see this big area of resistance at the top. You can see price tapping into it. Now you can see slow signs of there's this month so far is a little bit of consolidation. You'll see it in the lower time frames, but I mean, you can see this bearish candle forming here. Will this be a sign of the price just respecting this area and moving to the downside? Only time will tell. So let's have a look at the weekly time frame. On a weekly time frame, so what we can see over here is, let's just bring it down a little bit more and just expanding it. There we go. So basically what I did was I put my Fibonacci from the swing low to that swing high. So obviously what we would like to see is price coming down, tapping that 62%, which was a key area of resistance in the market, and then price broke it. So I would like to see price coming to revisit that area and retest it. But currently you can see this area of consolidation that the Japanese yen or the US dollar Japanese yen is in currently. We will see it a little bit better on the daily time frame. Okay, and just do that. So basically on the daily time frame, what we can see is this area over here. Let's move it to the side. Okay, key area of support. Okay, so price revisiting that area a couple of times, not breaking that area. Okay, you can see this area or this little bit of a trend line forming to the downside. So a little bit of signs, I'm not going to say signs of reversal in the market, but I mean easily price can come, break through that trend line. Once it breaks through that trend line, we'll obviously look at a retest and a movement to the upside. That's obviously scenario 1, but then scenario 2 will be breaking this area of support or retesting it. Well, that's what price action does. Not always, guys, not always the case of revisiting. I mean, you can see here price breaking. There was a consolidation that happened here. Price broke it, came back to retest, not all the way, and then pushed to the upside. So yes, let's have a look. Once price breaks below this area, drill down to your lower time frames to look for better entry, sniper entry for that movement to the downside. So again, that's going to be key for this Japanese yen. We did have a look at the yen when we looked at the British pound, but just quickly again, for those guys that didn't see it, just scanning at it, we can see there's a almost it's almost a consolidation time in the COT reports as well. Kind of like yeah, the net position just getting a little bit lower, but again, there might be signs of a reversal happening in the Japanese yen, maybe pushing this price to the downside if the yen gets stronger. Last pair we're going to look at is our dollar Canadian dollar. Where we go, the loonie, USDCAD. Let's go to the monthly time frame first. So guys, always look at your lower time frames. I keep saying it. I mean, this is lower time frames where I trade, where I place my trades. This is analysis. Anything can happen in analysis. This is just to see where prices might be heading and what, just the movement in the markets. But I mean, you obviously react in price and trade in your lower time frames. Monthly time frame, you can see again this key area at the bottom here. It's a big area of is a big area of support. Price coming up. So what I did was I took my Fibonacci from the swing low here to that swing high, coming to retest it. You can see price testing or tapping that 70.5%, and slow movements of price moving to the upside. So I mean, that's obviously the movement that we're going to see or looking at. But again, anything is possible. So let's just go to the weekly time frame, because I want to show you how interesting this. Sorry, not a 2 hour. How was that? I'm doing a weekly time frame. Sorry, guys. What is happening today? It's one of those days. So like I said, we're looking for price to move up now on a weekly time frame. So what we can see is there was this key area of resistance, bounced through it, support or broke through it, support came and supported this area, tested this area a couple of times, price pushing down, breaking this area, coming up to retest it. Now, because this was a strong area, so if you pull your Fibonacci from this high to this low, you obviously want price to come and reach or retrace back to the 62% or 70%, but because this was a key area or a strong area in the market of support and resistance, there is definitely, on a weekly time frame, there's definitely the possibility of price respecting this area and just from here move to the downside. That's your first scenario. Obviously, scenario 2 is price breaking that area and going up to visit and retest or retrace basically all the way to that 62%. So again, 2 scenarios on this weekly time frame that we need to look out for. Let me just do that. Okay, so on a daily time frame, because like I said, we're looking at 2 different scenarios basically. Now, what I would like to do is, I think I did, this is my analysis, almost like my analysis like we did last weekend. For those of you that didn't watch it, go to my channel and go visit my analysis. So basically what I said was, again, there were also 2 scenarios, price breaking to the downside, but the other one was price going up, visiting this key area of support and support breaking, turning resistance because of this bullish candle in between the bear candles, creating this support area in the market. So basically, price came up all the way, touched that area. So now what we're going to look at, I'm just pulling in a small Fibonacci. I'm not saying this is definite, the swing at the top, but let's say this was. Okay, let's assume for a minute. So let's assume that's the turn in the market. We would obviously like to see price coming to visit this area or retrace to the Fibonacci, the 62%, before moving to the upside. That's going to be scenario number 1. And scenario number 2, this is not the turning point on the daily. Price might just still carry on to the upside because you obviously have key area over here, and there's also some support like you can see. I just wanted to draw this one. This is also a nice key area that price can come up and revisit like you can see over there. So guys, a couple of scenarios on the USD Canadian dollar. Please go down to your lower time frames, go visit that, do the same analysis. Let's look at before we move or close for the day. Let's go look at the Canadian dollar. So what we can see is on the Canadian dollar side, we can see the net positions getting stronger. So this, so you saw this very low net position on the Canadian dollar a couple of weeks ago, a couple of months ago. This was this area over here, and you saw this big movement to the big push, pushing this net positions into the positive number. Went from a negative 27,000, almost negative 28,000, and it pushed it in a couple of weeks, quick movements to the upside because of the Bank of Canada making some nice comments in the news as well. So strengthening that Canadian dollar. So again, possibilities. Remember, if that Canadian dollar strengthens, price is going to fall to the downside. So again, let's keep an eye on this pair for this week, especially this area that it's in, lower time frame, to see if it's respecting this area, because you can see some momentum being lost in the daily time frame or on the daily candles. So definitely big signs for a move to the downside could be the possible movement for this pair. So guys, that's all from me for today. Sorry for this long video. I had to squeeze everything in on one video as I didn't have a lot of time this weekend. But if you enjoyed this analysis, don't forget to press that like button. Also comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this analysis and what your thoughts are and is on different pairs. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell for more video content coming your way. Guys, I hope you are having a wonderful weekend. Stay safe and happy trading, guys.